When it comes to gaming monitors, you usually come across the big established names like Asus, MSI, Acer, and LG, among others. But today, Huawei is trying to change the narrative by putting in their name among the big boys with their first gaming monitor entry. Welcome to Top Down Tech, where we take a look at tech from the top to the bottom. Join me as we find out whether the Huawei Mateview GT is worth considering as your next gaming monitor. Okay, so let's start with the unboxing. This comes in a huge box, but the experience is pretty straightforward. It's packed pretty well and almost everything you'll need is in the box already. DisplayPort and the USB-C to USB-C cables are all included in the box. And while it's a little bit curious that an HDMI cable is missing, there is a reason for that, which I'll explain in a while. Now, you also get a hefty stand where the soundbar is attached, and I'll tell you more about this later on in the video. And finally, here's the actual beautiful 34-inch curved Huawei Mateview GT in all of its glory. It's quite easy to assemble, you just have to place it on the stand and that's it. It locks in pretty easy with no need for any tools at all. The build quality is really good, even though the frame is made out of plastic. It looks and feels like a premium monitor, and the stand, as I mentioned earlier, is quite hefty as it's made out of metal. It's really heavy and it seems really durable too. Okay, so before we begin, you need to know that I've tried several kinds of high refresh rate monitors before, ranging from 120Hz all the way up to 300Hz. However, this is the first time that I've truly used an ultra-wide gaming monitor, and this one also has a high refresh rate. Anyway, if you've never had an ultra-wide monitor before, the first thing that you'll notice is how wide it is. And I know this is gonna sound so cliche, but this is something that content creators like me would highly benefit from. Because not only is it wide, but its resolution is 3440 by 1440. So this is better than your typical 1080p ultra-wide. You will have more screen real estate, hence you'll be able to open multiple windows and switch back and forth without the need to minimize any of them. And I'm sure a lot of you will be saying, but I'm only considering this for my gaming needs. Well, don't worry gamers, because this is definitely made for you as well. The 3K resolution ensures that you get sharper images, and its ultra-wide form factor adds extra immersion. Its 1500R curvature also helps gamers to see everything in their field of view, especially if you're playing FPS games, so you won't miss out on anything happening on your display. It also has a 165Hz screen refresh rate, giving you a super smooth experience and making this a great display for esport games. Now, one thing that you have to take note of is that this can only run at 165Hz if you're using the DisplayPort or the USB-C to USB-C port. And I think this is why they didn't include an HDMI cable. This is to force you to use either the DisplayPort or the USB-C port to be able to fully utilize the 165Hz. Because if you do use the HDMI cable, you'll only be able to reach 100Hz refresh rate. Now, for those who are wondering, what's even better is that this comes with an adaptive refresh rate feature with its FREESYNC Premium. I only discovered how to turn this on through my good friend Sulit Tech Reviews. So what you'll need to do to activate this is to simply push the OSD joystick up and hold it for about 10 seconds, and you will see that there will be an option to turn on FREESYNC Premium. Now, this is quite surprising to me because this isn't heavily advertised by Huawei, but this is something that they can be proud of. But moving on, it also has 4 milliseconds response time, which is great for most gamers. Sure, it's not 1 millisecond, but trust me, most gamers won't really notice any difference at all. My overall gaming experience with the Huawei Mateview GT was very smooth. Monster Hunter World, for example, was definitely more immersive for me with all that extra screen space where I could see more of the environment. Dota 2 was quite enjoyable as well, but I needed some time to adjust to how much wider my display was since there was more space to cover when gliding through the map. It didn't matter to me as well that my old GTX 1080 couldn't really push most of my games to its highest FPS because the added immersion of the wider and curved display plus its 165Hz refresh rate with FREESYNC Premium gave me enough eye candy to not really worry about my actual FPS. The games looked smooth, detailed, and quite vibrant. So this is definitely something that I would highly recommend to gamers who just want to have a refreshing experience when it comes to gaming, because once you go ultra wide, you might never go back to regular size displays again. And that is why I'm keeping my Huawei Mateview GT. But anyway, let's go back to how this monitor isn't just for gamers, but also for those who want to do some productivity on the side, like content creators. I really love how I can use this for editing my videos. I've been asked several times if someone else edits my videos, but it's all me, guys. So anything that can give me some slight advantage when it comes to creating content is something that I highly appreciate. And the Huawei Mateview GT definitely provides me with some relief, especially when it comes to my video editing timeline where I can see more. And what I appreciate the most is the fact that this has 100% sRGB, which means I can do proper color grading on my videos. Now, as for watching videos, the problem with ultrawides is that for most content, you'll most likely be stuck with some black bars on each side like so. However, for movies that were shot at 16:9 aspect ratio with a letterbox, this will be wonderful because the Huawei Mateview GT's 21:9 full view display effectively gets rid of the letterbox effect. Also, for a V8 panel, the Huawei Mateview GT surprisingly has good viewing angles. Color shifting only happens when you move to the extreme angles of either side, which would be quite unnatural, and I'm not sure why anyone would even do so. So overall, the Huawei Mateview GT's display is absolutely magnificent with accurate and vibrant colors that will satisfy everyone. Moving on, let's quickly talk about its soundbar. This is actually the first time that I'm seriously considering not mounting my monitor. And yes, this is VESA mount compatible for those who are wondering. But yeah, I might not really mount this because of how cool its stand is with the integrated soundbar. And no, it's not gonna be the best sounding speakers you'll have on your desk, and that was never the intention anyway. However, the soundbar does sound powerful and decent enough. And this will be a heaven sent for those who don't have a budget yet for decent desktop speakers. So here's a quick sound test for you. Beast on the water, pray the provider. Please don't divide us, keep that and try to face your intruder to be someone brighter. If you have an RGB setup on your PC, the Huawei Mateview GT's soundbar will fit right in with its integrated light bar. You can customize its colors with a variety of effects available in the menu. And what's more awesome is that the light bar also doubles as your touch control for your volume. You can slide left and right to lower and increase the volume respectively, and you can double tap on it to mute or unmute it. The stand also allows you to adjust its height by up to 4 inches, and you can also tilt its angle by 5 degrees forward and 20 degrees back. So now I hope you can see how this makes it so hard for one to mount the display, as you lose out on all of its cool features. It also has a built-in dual array microphone that supports 4-meter sound pickup with background noise cancellation and even an echo cancellation that you can use if you're feeling too lazy to put on a headset. However, in order to make this work, you'll have to use USB-C to USB-C plus the USB-C to USB-A bundled cable. So how good is the microphone? Well, you be the judge.
Microphone, sound check, 1, 2, 3. Lily and her brother Ryan went camping with their mom and dad. Ryan and dad set up the tent, while Lily and mom collected sticks to start a bonfire. Once the tent was set up, they started a fire in the bonfire pit. Lily and Ryan looked for long pointy sticks to use for cooking hot dogs over the fire while the fire was heating up. They found 4 perfect sticks, one for each of them.
At the back is where you'll find your display input as well as the USB-C port for the power. And you also have a 3.5mm combo jack in there too. And it's nice that the port area has a magnetic cover that's super easy to remove and attach. But if I can improve something on this, I would have wanted some form of cable management at the back to have a cleaner looking cable situation. Hopefully this is something that Huawei would integrate in their future gaming monitors. The Huawei Mateview GT also has features for gamers who need some extra assistance, especially for FPS games. Under the Game Vision menu, you'll find the Game Assist, which contains the dark field control. This will help you see opponents in darker scenarios by brightening the display. You also have crosshair options that can assist you if you're still trying to perfect your aiming. And then you also have different picture modes that are tuned for different scenarios, whether you're playing a MOBA, RTS, or an FPS game. Other gaming monitors usually have a racing picture mode as well, but that one is missing here. The Huawei Mateview GT is also TÜV Rheinland certified, which ensures that it has low blue light and it is flicker free as well. Okay, so how much does the Huawei Mateview GT cost? Well, for all of its premium goodness, it comes in at 28,999 pesos here in the Philippines, or about $575 if we're doing a direct conversion. That is an awesome price for a 3440 by 1440 ultra-wide gaming monitor. And if you're looking to get your hands on one here in the Philippines, this is already available on Lazada, Shopee, and Huawei's online store. And if you want to test this in person, you can also check this out at Huawei Experience stores nationwide. Okay, so let's be honest here. A lot of brands don't get things right in their first try of doing something. However, there are special times when a brand actually hits the ball out of the park, and I think this is one of those times. Huawei actually did a great job with their first entry into the gaming monitor space, and I can't wait to see more from them in this segment. I mean, if this was their first attempt, imagine what they can do with their next try. Sure, there's always a chance of a sophomore slump, but I have huge faith that the future shines bright for Huawei in the gaming monitor segment. It's quite a shame that the Huawei Mateview GT is not readily available globally, because this is definitely tremendous for both gamers and content creators alike. I really wish more people would have access to this, but as it is, I feel really blessed that we have this in the Philippines, and it's priced competitively and packed with tons of features that aren't readily available for monitors at the same price range. So if you're looking for an ultra-wide gaming monitor and you have the budget for the Huawei Mateview GT, I would highly recommend that you get this. And again, if you want to get one, all of the links will be in the description box. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell button so you can watch more videos like this in the future. That's it for today, guys. Keep safe and have a great day.